My name is Tim Spiker. I am a husband. I am a father of 4, and I am a reluctant entrepreneur. I am doing what I'm doing because there was no other way to do it. I had to go out on my own and start this endeavor, and this endeavor is being really passionate about helping people understand leadership in its greatest forms, and then living it out and also seeking it out. The show is, in fact, drum roll, it's about leadership. It's about how can we be worth following, and it's about how can we help ourselves to become worth following. But in the midst of that, it also teaches us what we ought to be looking for in the leaders that we're choosing to follow, if we really want to have the greatest levels of satisfaction and success in what we're doing. I don't even want to call it a secret. It's just a fact, and most people realize that when you mention it, but it's not talked about enough. And that is this inextricable link between how well developed you are as a human being and how effective you are as a leader. And in simple terms, we call that the who, not what principle. And so we're trying to help people see the connection points between people who will run through a wall for a leader and the kind of result that produces, and understanding what really creates the situation where somebody would want to run through a wall for you as a leader. And it has a whole lot more to do with the quality of who you are as a human being than it has to do with strategy or intellect or any of those things that we typically talk about leadership. This who, not what principle is not being discussed enough. It's not being baked into leadership development for individuals. It's not a consistent part of the DNA of organizations. And so we need to help people understand the connection between the typical things that we talk about in leadership, like strategy and motivation, and some things that we don't talk about very often, like how inwardly sound and others focused the leader is. And we can help people see those connections and encourage them to integrate the development of who they are as a person into their own leadership development and into the leadership development methodologies in their companies. What I hope for is that people who are listening aren't just there with their ears, but they're there with their mind and their heart. So engagement is what we hope for, and it's what I invite everybody to do to come and be a part of the Be Worth Following podcast.